Today on Karamo, they're telling me that Ayonna is feeling a little uncomfortable. She's 16. A pregnant 16-year-old searching for love. You nervous? Can we stop this teen's reckless behavior? Why would you run away?
Chasing boys.
Chasing boys?
Chasing boys.
If a child is doing things like this, it's because they're screaming out. I know you're holding a lot in.
It's just the pregnancy hormone.
Yeah, sure. We don't blame it on that. They're trying to raise a blended family.
I've been told by the children that they don't have to listen to me.
Can this couple survive the truth? That is your job to shut that down.
Whew.
To Karamo, friends, I am a parent, and I'm learning every day how to be the best parent I can be. But some people have an extra challenge, which is nacho parenting, which means raising a child that is not your own. You get it? Nacho parenting. This is a very common in blended families with stepchildren and stepparents. My guest John and his wife Shay got married 6 years ago and blended their family. John says he needs my help because he and his wife struggle with raising their children. Some are his, some are hers, and some are theirs. So let's meet John to hear his side of the story and see how he needs my help. John, come on out. Yes.
How you doing?
You look sharp.
Thank you.
You look sharp, John.
Thank you.
So, John, what's going on? Why do you need my help?
I would say that the majority of needing your help is finding the dynamics to blend our family.
Got it.
Also, maybe finding a way for me and Shay to reconnect because of all the different things that have happened in our relationship. Why trying to blend? You know, it's kind of ruined our relationship as a husband and wife.
Those things are good for me to hear, to help, but I want to go back a little bit. I want to know about the kids. How do they get along?
The kids, they get along very well, but then there's also some, typical kid squircle between them. The dynamics with the kids and Shay, they get along, but at the same time, it also seems like a same thing with the power struggle.
So tell me again with this photo, because I know it already, but I want to be clear. Tell me with this photo, who's yours, who's hers, which ones are blended? I mean, which one do you have together?
Absolutely. All right, so the two oldest in the background and then the little guy in the front are from her marriage. The boy to the left and everything are from my marriage. And then the little one on Shay's hip is our together. That's our us child.
Got it. And how many live at home with you?
Living at home will be two that we call the 24/7 because they live with us 24/7. Yeah. And then the other two, they come every other weekend or select holidays due to the relationship from my first marriage.
Okay, got it. Understand that. All right, so what is your approach to parenting or being with the kids?
Whew. I would say, I guess being in the military, I'm a very kind of...
What branch are you in?
I'm in the Marines.
Nice. Thank you for your service.
I've had way too much structure, so I'm kind of like, if it doesn't affect them morally or ethically, just kind of let them be kids and let life teach them. Where Shay is very controlling about the dynamics of making sure everything's done her way, my way, or the highway.
Understandable. So tell me about Warrior Weekend Dad. What does that mean?
Only seeing your kids on the weekend. So my time with them is very limited with them. So I don't like to fight. I don't like to, I guess in a way, parent fully like I should.
I've heard this before many times when you have fathers or a mother who they don't want to inflict too much discipline.
Yes.
Because you want to enjoy those moments. Sort of let's have fun, enjoy dad, right?
Exactly.
I want to take a step back though.
Okay.
Because I want to know about you and Shay before you had kids. Tell me about your relationship.
So before we had kids together, before the blending?
Kids, before you started blending families.
When we were dating, Shay controlled majority of the relationship from the get-go. We started dating after I was friend-zoned. She instantly
friend-zoned you?
She instantly friend-zoned me. It was instant. I was not her type. It took a friend to tell her I was her type.
What?
I was friend-zoned like that. It took me a lot of work to get out of there.
Yeah.
But once I had got out of the friend zone, that led on to her telling me we're dating. That's how I found out we're dating. So
first she friend zoned you, and then she's like, we dating.
We dating. Yeah.
Okay.
So she like I said, she's very not controlling in a negative way, but she controls majority of everything. It seems like.
Yeah.
Fast forward to December, we're in the mall hanging out with our kids, and I go to buy a promise ring. A keyword on promise. We walk out. One of the daughters is like, "Oh, you guys are engaged?" I thought it was a promise ring, but come to find out it was an engagement also.
Because she said so.
She said so. We got the ring, and then before I can get the PR out of promise ring, she said yes.
Got it.
So yeah, so she said yes to the proposal that I didn't do.
My producer said that you talk about proxy parenting. What does that mean?
So while I'm at work, my phone's blowing up. This is what this kid did, this is what this kid did. Oh, we gotta correct this. And then next thing you know, I'm getting phone calls from the kids. You know, Shay did this. This is what Shay did. All I did was do this. And so while I'm at work, I'm solving problems at home. So when I get home, it just feels like, do I even want to walk through this door right now?
And how has that affected you as a father?
Oh, as a father, the mental drain of trying to balance a job, the emotional, like I've grown disattached. And one of the hardest things, and the best analogy is like I'm sitting between the kids and my wife and just getting pulled apart. It gets to that point now as a dad, as a husband, and as a man, do I have to sacrifice a limb to be happy? And then what limb do I sacrifice?
Is it affecting your intimacy?
Absolutely.
In what way?
I would just sit there and say we're mostly frustrated at each other. Sometimes before I bought a couch, I laid on it just to make sure it was comfortable. Because sometimes I just want to sleep on the couch.
That's heartbreaking to me when you hear, because kids are supposed to bring a family together. They're supposed to unite you, make you feel like you're good. So to hear you say that, like, the relationship with the kids, which is bleeding into other parts of your relationship with your wife, is causing you to want to sleep on the couch, that's heartbreaking for me. So listen, everyone, we're going to meet John's wife, Shay, to get her side of the story. So please, everyone, help me welcome Shay to the show. Hi, Shay. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Good to meet you. Please take a seat. Because, Shay, I want to hear your point of view on all of this. What do you think is the problem?
I think it's a lack of respect. I've been told by the children that they don't have to listen to me.
Can this couple survive the truth? That is your job to shut that down. What is your approach to parenting or being with the kids?
Just kind of let them be kids and let life teach them. Where Shay is very controlling, making sure everything's done her way or the highway. While I'm at work, my phone's blowing up. This is what this kid did, this is what this kid did. So when I get home, it just feels like, do I even want to walk through this door right now? The kids and my wife, and just getting pulled apart.
Shay, I want to hear your point of view on all of this. What do you think is the problem?
I think it's a lack of respect.
Okay.
Honestly. You know, I get that the kids are only there for a weekend. So I understand his point of view is he kind of doesn't want to be dad. You know, he doesn't always want to be on and having to discipline.
Yeah.
So I get that perspective. But from my perspective, these kids are coming into my household and they have zero respect.
So tell me about some of the things you've dealt with being a natural parent, like in that sense.
So I've disconnected because I don't want to be a part of the chaos.
Got it.
In a way.
Yeah. Do you feel alone in parenting sometimes?
I do feel.
Have you ever told him that?
I don't think so.
Tell him right now that you feel alone in parenting.
I do feel alone in parenting. I can't say certain things to them that you can because they are biologically yours.
John, do you think that your wife loses her temper sometimes?
I think that's when you keyed on to the respect thing. She does respect the kids, but then sometimes I think when she does kind of just loses her temper, it gets to that emotional state. You know, when some of the kids are just constantly doing this, she doesn't know how to kind of like take a deep breath and bring it down. And I think that's where the kids stop respecting her.
What is the difference in your parenting styles?
So I guess I'm very strict.
And for him, he's more...
He's from Vegas. He's from the party town, you know? You know?
So why do you call John when he's at work about what's happening at home?
Oh, I don't call, I text. I will blow up his phone and text him and I'll be like, you will not believe like what this kid did. And it, you know, and
Then the phone call comes from the kid.
like I said, my hands are tied in disciplining aspects. I don't discipline them, but if I feel that it's necessary to take the Xbox away, for instance.
I know that you say that he treats the kids differently. How are the ways does he treat the kids differently?
I think it's more or less the discipline. Sometimes I feel like he goes a little harder on our 8-year-old, like one of our 24/7 kids. I feel like sometimes he goes a little bit harder on him than he would on the other two for doing the exact same thing.
So how does the atmosphere change when all the kids are together?
Oh,
I feel like there's a looming cloud that comes like into the household because
her demeanor instantly changes.
it does. It really does.
It's like automatically putting a wall up, and I'm going to blow up on these kids because something I know is going to happen that I don't like.
She's told you clearly that she feels lonely in parenting. So her reaction is a clear explanation to you that I'm feeling lonely and this is making me sad. So your response is to tell her, well, cheer up. That's not what you would say to somebody who is feeling lonely or down. So I just want to put that perspective in your mind right now so that you
Yes,
can
sir.
understand why when all the kids come, the atmosphere changes. It's because she feels lonely and she needs you to support her. Besides parenting, what else do you struggle with?
I just struggle with disconnecting and like what my role is. For example, I've been told by the children that they don't have to listen to me. You know? I mean, that
Who
was...
told him that? You?
No.
Okay.
No. It was not him.
Other adults that have influence on the kids.
Other
Yes.
adults that
Got
had
it.
influence
I
on the
understand. I
kids.
understand.
Yes.
John, what happened on your birthday?
Oof. So on the birthday, it kind of was like a big smack in the face and kind of a boil because I love the gift she got me and I love everything she did, but at the same time there was no personal connection.
So the gift wasn't what you wanted or didn't have the feeling you wanted.
It was like a month buildup of me constantly saying, hey, here's what I would like, here's the website, here's what it looks like, and then all of a sudden, like, here comes my birthday, and it's like, okay, thank you.
Got it. So you felt like she didn't hear you.
It didn't hear me and didn't, like, I wouldn't say didn't put effort into it, but it just is more of what she wanted to do. And, like, she started this whole birthday cake.
I'm gonna ask you something as we go to break. Do you feel like you hear her and that you do what she wants? Can this couple survive the truth? I feel so sad to say this to you because you're such a nice guy. You're the problem. You're the problem. You know that?
He kind of doesn't want to discipline.
Yeah.
These kids are coming into my household and they have zero respect. I've been told by the children that they don't have to listen to me because they are biologically yours.
John, what happened on your birthday?
I love the gift she got me and I love everything she did, but at the same time, there's no personal connection.
So you felt like she didn't hear you.
It didn't hear me.
Do you feel like you hear her and that you do what she wants?
I would like to say yes, but that might be ego speaking.
Okay. I want to know, before you all got together, did you discuss how to blend your families?
We did not.
We did not.
It was just kind of putting rocks in a blender and
Just
trying to make
hoping for the best.
trying to make a smoothie.
Yeah.
We have great moments. We really do. But for the most part, it has not been working out recently.
Yeah. Listen, unfortunately, I feel so sad to say this to you because you're such a nice guy. You're the problem. You're the problem. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, yeah, you're the problem. And it's okay because you can fix his behavior. The thing is that blending families is hard regardless. You know what I mean? Like having a kid on your own is hard, but when you have other kids in there, but what's happening is you have guilt because your children aren't around all the time. And so when you get your other kids that come one weekend, you don't want to make them seem like I'm bad guy. You want to let them know, like, even though I'm not with you all the time, I'm dad, I'm fun, I love you, love me back. So you're parenting the other kids out of guilt and you're parenting these other kids out of sort of this sternness because they're in the house, which is unfair. Because what's going to happen is that you don't want your kids to grow up and start resenting you. Ooh. Do you want your kids to grow up and resent you?
No.
I'm not into gender roles, but in this moment, you got to step up and man up. And this is the real. You can't have disconnect between you two because all you're doing is teaching the kids that they can be disconnected from her, that they can disrespect her. When the kids call, you got to say, no. What did mom say? You said, me and mom are on the same page. Mom said this is it. And she doesn't deserve this. She wasn't a part of your past relationship. She made a commitment to be with you and to raise your other children, and you have to support her. And so you get to walk in the house and say, no, not today. You don't do that.
Yeah.
Your mother told you something, you respect her. How does it make you feel to hear someone to say, you're not crazy? Yeah.
It feels good because, trying to tell him, I was like, this isn't right.
Yeah.
Because it's not just him that the kids pit me up against. It's the other
Which
parent.
is going to be the third thing I was going to get to. Well, again, I said not about gender roles, but if someone is telling your children to not respect your current wife, that is your job to shut that down. That is your job to do that. You get it?
Yes.
And I'm going to ask you right now, why are you not doing that? Guilt?
I have no word.
Fear? What are you afraid of?
Because of the issues we've had with her and the kids and some of the major explosions that have happened, I guess it's the fear of something going wrong and the kids using it against me and losing them for good. Because
That's guilt. That's guilt.
it is. And what it is
But listen, what you got to do is you got to actually embrace that.
yeah.
And you have to hold tight to the fact that you're actually a good parent and you have a great co-parent with you right now. Y'all are in this boat together, co-parenting it together.
Sometimes I feel though that the co-pilot isn't co-piloting because she does disconnect.
Well, the reason she's been disconnecting is because you've already set the pattern. This didn't happen just the first day. You would have said from day one, she didn't like my kids, things weren't going. This is built up. And so now you're like, well, now I can't trust you because now you've done this. But the thing is that she's already showed you could trust her with co-parenting because she's putting up. The fact that she's disconnected now, I don't blame you, girl. I did the same thing. I do not blame you. I'm gonna let you know. I'd have been right there like, okay, deal with your own children. I'm not dealing with this. So I get it.
Yeah.
But every time you walk in the house, this is what you have to say to yourself. I don't feel guilty about my past because I'm making better decisions today. And because I'm making better decisions today, I don't have to be fearful of tomorrow. Okay?
That's good.
I'm gonna write that down for you.
I appreciate that.
And you're gonna repeat that to yourself so that way you can show up and be the best father you can be, but also be the best partner that she deserves. Okay? And I promise you, if you recite that mantra and you do what I'm saying, trust me, you're not gonna wanna sleep on the couch. You're gonna have harmony in your kids, you're gonna have harmony with your wife, you're gonna be in here and you're gonna be like, what was I worried about? The only thing gonna be rocking is that bed, okay? It's not gonna be any more boats you worried about. You trust me?
Yes, sir.
I got you,
Yes,
man.
sir.
I got you. Y'all gonna be all right? Listen, everyone, stay with us. We'll be right back. They're telling me that Ayonna is feeling a little uncomfortable. She's 16. A pregnant 16-year-old searching for love. You nervous? Can we stop this teen's reckless behavior? Why would you run away?
Chasing boys.
Chasing boys?
Chasing boys.
You are the father. Get off my stage.
Welcome back to the show, friends. My next guest, Barbara, raises her 16-year-old niece, Ayonna, and is terrified for Ayonna's future. Barbara says that her niece hangs out with older men. She disappears for weeks at a time. She says she admits to smoking, marijuana, drinking, and even getting into fistfights. And she's recently been kicked out of school. And now, Ayonna is pregnant. Barbara called me for my help. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here. So Barbara, I can only imagine what you're going through because I know you're stepping in to support your niece, and Ayonna sounds like she's having a difficult time right now. So tell me what's going on.
Well, for starters, I did get her at a young age with her mom because her mom actually got caught up in a little mischief, and then now she's wrongfully in prison, you know, fighting, trying to get out. And with that being said, Ayonna just basically just wants her mom. I mean, I got not just Ayonna, she has a younger sister as well. And with that being said, it's like no matter what I do, the school, CMO, mobile responsible, whoever that's involved with Ayonna.
Wow, so Ayonna, this is Ayonna's mom who got 20 years in prison?
That's her, absolutely.
And so she went in when, how old was Ayonna when her mother went to prison?
8.
8 years old, okay. So her and her sibling have been missing out on their mother for a long time.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. And so how does Ayonna lash out at you?
She calls me all kinds of foul names, like, you bitch, I don't have to listen to you. And, you know, she's just very aggressive and angry.
Yeah. And what are your type of disciplinary actions?
Oh, well, me, at that age, I take everything from her that she likes.
Do you have contact with Ayonna's mother?
Every day.
You do. Do you tell her what's going on with her?
Every day.
And what does her mom say?
She tries to calm her down, too, and allowing her to know that, you know, she'll be home soon.
So how often does Ayonna leave the house and not tell you?
Every day.
Every day.
She will say, I'll be back. And I wouldn't know when she come back or where she is. Because I would have to put her into the system as a missing person. So, you know, I think I had probably like 8 or 9 write-ups, missing person, because I can't allow her to be gone for so many hours and not report that she's actually gone.
Of course, because you never know if something could actually be wrong.
Absolutely.
So how long would she be gone for? What's the longest amount of time?
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
And where did she say that she was at during that time?
She don't.
She doesn't, yeah. Have you ever met any of Ayonna's friends?
I have.
And what is your opinion of them?
I tell her they bad influence. Because one, they're older than her, much, much older than her.
How much older?
They'll be like 23, 24, somewhere in that age range.
Do they
19.
know her age?
No,
They don't.
no.
So they think that she's older.
Right, correct.
Got it. And what kind of guys is Ayonna dating and talking to?
I don't know, because I really don't know them. But like I say, anybody, to me, my own opinion, if they're older than her, then they have no business with her.
I agree with you. So, what do you want for Ayonna's future?
First and most, I want her to be back enrolled in school. And, you know, I want her to know that there's a lot of help out here if she allowed them and anybody to try to help her. And mostly, you know, to see her with a bright future.
Yeah.
And support and take care of her baby.
Yeah, of course, yeah, because 16 now, and she is having a child. What was it like for you when you heard that news?
I mean, I was okay with it because I feel as if, you know, the comfort that she's looking for from her mom, until her mom do get home, she can find it within her child.
Yeah. So why won't they take her back at school? Because I know she's out of school as well.
Oh, because she actually brought, like, marijuana to school, and the school has a policy to where, you know, as far as drug and alcohol, if you're tested positive, then suspension is in order, other than, you know, the regular protocol where, you know, you go into a drug and alcohol program.
Yeah.
And I have done that with Ayonna like 4 times, but she wouldn't go to the treatment. So with that, the supervisor was like, she can't come back, that she need patient care.
If a child is doing things like this, it's because they're screaming out. They're screaming out that I need help. I don't think any child is inherently bad. And I think that sometimes we forget that because we get so frustrated as adults. And so it breaks my heart that, like, this young woman who's screaming out has now got kicked out of school. You know what I mean? And of course, once you get kicked out of school, I can understand why she probably doesn't want to go to these other programs with you. Like, why she doesn't make that next step. You know, she's probably experiencing some sort of rejection and all these other stuff. Do you have your own kids?
I do.
You do? How old are they?
My oldest just turned 36
Oh, wow.
on the 4th.
Got it. Okay. Come on, good
And
skid.
my youngest is 33.
Okay, yeah. So you already raised your children per se. I
Absolutely.
mean, this is still your child. You look at it as your child, but yeah. So you're dealing with new issues with these kids.
Right.
Things that you didn't have the experience with your own kids.
At all.
Yeah.
Not at all.
What kind of toll has that taken on you?
As far as my concern, it's like a whole breakthrough, because nobody gave me instruction saying that I would have to deal with kids that actually had different issues that was going on because of certain circumstances. I mean, in the beginning stage, it was, you know, me dealing with it okay. But as they got older, I too got older. So now I address things differently. And I don't argue
You don't
with
take
her.
it personal anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, if anything, she already knows that I'm more or less set to, like, just call the police.
I wish that we only didn't have 911. I wish we also had a resource number that we could just call a social worker out, because it'd be a lot easier in these situations. Instead of a police officer coming, that a social worker could come and say, hey, let me help you. Someone maybe with some psychotherapy background. But these are my dreams for America. Well, you know. What do you like to do that brings you joy?
Honestly, at this fishing, if we want to call anything fishing.
Fishing? You like to fish?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I like
That's
that.
the family hobby.
Yeah, it is. Okay, well, good to know. Listen, everyone, when we come back, we're going to hear from 16-year-old Ayonna, so stay with us. They're telling me that Ayonna is feeling a little uncomfortable. She's 16. A pregnant 16-year-old searching for love. You nervous? Can we stop this teen's reckless behavior? Why would you run away?
Chasing boys.
Chasing boys?
Chasing boys.
If a child is doing things like this, it's because they're screaming out. I know you're holding a lot in.
It's just the pregnancy hormone.
Yeah, sure. We don't blame it on that.
Her mom actually, she's wrongfully in prison. Ayonna just wants her mom.
So how often does Ayonna leave the house and not tell you?
Every day. I would have to put her into the system as a missing person.
So how long will she be gone for?
2 weeks.
16 now, and she is having a child.
It's a comfort that she's looking for from her mom. She can find it within her child. She actually brought marijuana to school, the regular protocol where, you know, you go into a drug and alcohol program. And I have done that with Ayonna like 4 times, but she wouldn't go to the treatment.
Ayonna is feeling a little uncomfortable. She's 16, so we're gonna try to make sure she's all right. Hi, love. You okay?
That's who I talk to.
You nervous? Can I say hello?
It's
Say
mad
hi,
cameras.
Ayonna.
You nervous?
Yeah.
I know. Here, will you shake my hand? Nice to
you,
meet you,
Karen.
Karamo.
Nice to meet you, too.
You want to come on out? It's gonna be a good conversation. Okay. Come on out. All right.
There
All
you
right.
go.
There you go.
There you go. Woman up.
Yeah.
Do your thing. Do your
This is gonna
thing.
be good out here. Everyone say hello. Everyone give it up for Ayonna. Let them take a seat. Well, can I have a proper hug now that you came out? Nice to meet you. All right, so we heard a lot about what's going on. I want to go back a little bit. Why did you feel like you needed to act out?
I don't know. I mostly acted out because when I lost my mom, I felt like I didn't have nobody. So
Yeah.
I was just hanging out with the wrong crowds, and I thought drugs was a solution of
So
outlet.
you say you don't feel like you have anybody because you lost your mom. Do you feel alone right now?
No, I have my aunt, like, because our relationship got better. But, like, in the beginning when I was younger, I felt like I didn't have no type of support and stuff.
Yeah. Do you still talk to your mom when things happen and when you're feeling a sort of way?
Well, sometimes, not all the time, because I don't really want to stress my mom out because I know the predicament she's in, but I talk to her about most of my problems.
Do you feel like that you have the comfort from family and friends to support you?
I don't necessarily fool with my family. I don't know. I talk to my aunt about certain stuff, but as far as, like, my family, like, close family, I don't really.
Why don't you want to talk to your family?
They're not supportive of anything at all.
Got it. Does your mom know that you're pregnant?
Yeah, she knows. She's happy.
She's happy?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you happy about being pregnant?
I mean,
So why would you run away? Because I heard you would run away for 2 weeks at a time.
chasing boys.
Chasing boys?
Chasing boys.
Yeah. Yeah. Why chasing boys?
I guess I was looking for love. I guess you can say that, basically, but.
So I want to go back now to school. What did you do in order to not be able to go back to school?
I brought drugs to school. The first time I got kicked out, I brought drugs to school. And then I went to the program, and like Mom said, I only went to the program one time, and I never went back.
Why did you want to go back?
I don't feel as though, I don't know, honestly. I was being hard-headed. I could have went to the program. It was not that hard to really do. But just being me, I didn't want to waste. I felt like it was a waste of my time.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to,
Were you scared to go there?
no.
Okay. And why did you think it was a waste of your time?
Because it's like, how y'all gonna tell me I'm addicted to something when I know I can stop? And it's like,
Do you think you can stop smoking weed?
yeah, I can stop smoking weed. It's not hard.
Yeah. Have you done it?
What?
Stop smoking weed? Have you?
Yeah, at this point in time, yeah.
Because you're
Yeah,
pregnant.
because I'm pregnant.
I want to know for you, do you want to be better?
Yeah, I do.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
And when you say you want to be better, what does that mean?
Like, career-wise and financially and everything.
And why is it? Is it only because of the fact that you're pregnant, or is it because you just want to be better for yourself?
Because I got a little sister. And
Okay.
I got to still do what I got to do for her, whether I got a child or not.
You're pregnant now. Do you know who the father of the child is?
Yeah.
Okay. Who is it?
I'm not going to tell you that.
Okay. Okay. Has your aunt met him?
She don't.
She doesn't want to meet him?
I know. I don't want her to meet him
Why?
because he's.
Older. Got it. I could assume that from the fact that your aunt told me you hang out with older people. Does he know that you're 16? He does now.
Yeah, I don't know. He been new. I don't lie about my age to nobody. If you want to mess with me, then you gonna.
Got it. Okay then. Got it. Is he in your life now? No. Kind of off and on?
Kind of off and on.
How does he feel about becoming a father to your child? Does he want to support?
I don't know. He's like...
So he does know that you're
He
pregnant?
knows, but he gives me mixed emotions. But I don't really care what he's saying, because at the end of the day, it's my decision. It's not your decision. And if you knew you didn't want that, then you should have never... Yeah.
Yeah. Has anyone ever talked to you about, like, you know, using condoms and all that stuff? And I'm not being funny, like, because
Yeah.
sometimes we never have the conversations.
Yeah, all
Yeah.
the time.
Why have you use condoms?
You want me to lie to you, or you want to be honest?
I want you to be honest with me.
I don't like the feeling.
Yeah. Okay.
But it depends on... I'm not going to say I don't use it all the time. I'm just saying, like, it depends on the partner. Like, when I first meet you, I'm not just going to be like, oh, we about to me now.
I do think you need some more education around that.
Yeah.
And you know, like, that can teach you. And I'm not encouraging you as a 16-year-old to have sex, but I want to know if you're going to be making choices that you could be making better choices. Well, listen, I appreciate you being honest with me. Everyone, don't go anywhere, because when we get back, we're going to bring Barbara back out. So stay with us. We'll be right back. Can we stop this teen's reckless behavior? You are worth so much more.
Absolutely.
I know you holding a lot in.
It's just the pregnancy hormone.
Yeah, sure. We don't blame it on that.
You are the five. Get off my stage.
I'm going to say acted out, because when I lost my mom, I felt like I didn't have nobody, and I thought drugs was a solution.
Does your mom know that you're pregnant?
Yeah, she knows. She's happy.
I heard you would run away for 2 weeks at a time.
Chasing boys. First time I got kicked out, I brought drugs to school. And then I went to the program. I only went to the program one time, and I never went back.
Why did you want to go back?
I was being hard-headed.
Do you want to be better?
Yeah, I do.
And when you say you want to be better, what does that mean?
Like, career-wise and financially and everything.
This is a very heartbreaking situation for me, because I see you, first of all, Barbara, trying. And I also see a young woman who is very smart, who does want a better future for herself, but is hurting. Do you hurt a lot? Do you have a lot of pain?
Yeah, I do.
You do?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you get to ever talk about that with somebody?
I don't like to vent to people.
Why?
I just feel like there's no reason. Because I'm going to tell you about my problems. Most of the time when I tell people about my problems, they laugh at my problems.
People laugh at your problems?
Yeah, and even when I try to talk to somebody that I trust about my problems, it's like, you don't understand. You don't know where I'm coming from, so it's like, why do I gotta talk to you about it?
Yeah.
You don't understand what...
Because you feel like you're gonna get judged. I hear that constantly with you. It's like, when I talk to people, there's judgment, there's judgment, there's judgment. But I will tell you this, that sometimes adults make these choices and we have our own lives and we get caught up, and it's not right. But sometimes we forget that young people are just making decisions that they don't know how to make. And so we do a disservice to you by judging you and judging what you're going through. And I'm not talking about you, Ms. Barbara, because I believe you're doing a great job.
Thank
But I
you,
want
I
to let you,
appreciate that.
yeah, I want you to know that I'm sorry for the adults that made you feel like you're judged. And I want you to know, here you're not being judged. Here I actually believe that you can have a great future. I believe that you can get to a place to open up to people. Do you want to open up to people? If you had the right person, you open up to me today. And you were just back there acting shy. You were just back there talking about no. You just opened up to me. You just told me a lot of things. You was like, can I be real? And I was like, yeah, you were very open and vulnerable with me. What made me different? Huh?
I don't know, it just felt great. I don't know, I wasn't gonna lie. Like,
Well, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. But there's other people like who have similar training that I have that can also be there to support you. Yeah? So if I was to say I could connect you with somebody who's similar to me, would you be willing to talk to them?
yeah, I would.
You would? I love that. I really do. I love that because I wanted to know I contacted a program that provides parenting classes, it provides counseling sessions, and they actually will get you back in school and support you to get your life back on track. I want to note to you, we've already filled out the paperwork. I've called the director personally, and the director is happy to have you come. Happy. I want to know, will you commit to going to this program to get your life back in order?
Yeah, I would.
You will? Yeah? Are you excited? This is a good thing. You ready? How does that make you feel, Barbara?
Yeah, I'm glad to hear it.
It does?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes me feel good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause
because
this
it's like a
step for you.
start for her.
A start for her. Yeah.
Yep, it's a start.
But Barbara, I gotta tell you this as well. Is there anything that you want to say to your niece on this? Anything at all?
No, I'm just happy that she's actually making the right choices. And again, like I said, her, being pregnant, having a baby, preparing to have a baby had actually calmed her down a lot.
Yeah.
She's doing a lot better.
Yeah.
She
I want to
really
make
is. She's trying.
I want to make sure for you that even when the baby comes, that you still feel like you can be in this calm state, that you still feel like I can make better choices. And you just got to get somebody that can talk to you, that can help you out. You know what I mean? Because you're not a bad woman. You're not a bad young girl. You're not at all. You just have had a lot of rejection. You've had people made you feel like you weren't worth something. You've had people made you feel like, well, maybe this is just all I get. But I want to be the second actually, because I know Ms. Barbara's did this for you, to tell you you are worth so much more. And you know that running away and things like that were hard. Anything you want to say to her?
I apologize for putting you through everything I put you through, and I appreciate you for keeping me and my sister and not giving us away.
Absolutely, not a problem. Gonna be all right. We're gonna fight this battle on our own, like we've been. It's not a problem. Don't make me cry, y'all. And we on TV too. Get it together. Gonna be all right.
I know you holding a lot in.
It's just the pregnancy hormones.
Yeah, sure. We're gonna blame it on that. You're holding a lot in. Barbara, also, I know a lot of individuals like you who have stepped up and taken time to be there for people. I know this is not your biological child. I asked you what you like, and you said Fisher, because I want to figure out a way. I told my producer already, I'm personally going to pay for you to take some time for yourself so you can be, yes.
How you about to make me cry?
No, seriously. You deserve a moment for you to say thank you.
Thank you.
And I really appreciate what you're doing.
Thank you so
because
much.
it's people like you that literally step up and make our world a better place.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Y'all gonna be all right. Just know that I love y'all, all right?
Okay, thank
all right? Give it up for them. Jason and I collaborated and wrote a children's book together. It is a book that everyone in the audience is gonna get to go home with a copy for. What the heck? Hey friends, welcome back to the show. So I have something very exciting happening today in my life. And as you all know, being a parent is something I'm most proud of. And my children teach me something new every day, just like I teach them something new. And so to announce what I'm about to announce, I want to bring out my son. Y'all remember my son, Jason? Jason, come on out, Prince. Hey. Hey, Prince. Hey, Dad. How you doing? Good. All right, so we have some very exciting news. Jason and I collaborated and wrote a children's book together. And it is called I Am Okay to Feel. And it is a book that everyone in the audience is going to get to go home with a copy for. I'm super excited. I like giving away stuff. So just to let you all know, I wrote this book because, first of all, there's not too many books out there that talk to kids about how they're feeling, talk to them about processing their emotions, and especially after 2020, 2021.
That pandemic.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We could all.
Yeah.
No shade.
Yeah, no shade.
No shade. We could all learn how to talk about our feelings and know that it's okay to be with our feelings. And as Jason was younger, there was a lot of times where we had to stop, and especially as black men, where we're not taught, and men period, black men, we're not taught how to talk about what we're going through. You know, we're only taught either you need to be happy and you need to have black boy joy, or you got to be angry.
Yeah.
And it's like, there's a whole range of emotions.
A whole plethora. Baby.
Okay,
Like,
not
come on now.
plethora, yes. All right, plethora. All right, plethora,
Come on
I'm
now,
with it,
come
all
on
right?
now.
So we wrote this book in order to teach people how to talk to their kids about what they're feeling. We're really proud of it. What do you got to say?
I'm very excited about this book. I cannot wait for you guys to read it. Something that I'm really excited about is just emotion. Well, I know I can't give too much up, but we have.
Why you can't give it up? Come out
we
today.
can-
Tell the
okay.
people why they need to buy the book.
Yo, we have an emotion wheel inside of here, you guys. Have activities. They did amazing work in here just to give you guys pointers
So
and
it's,
tips.
yeah, it's resources, activities that you
Yes.
can use actually. So not only is it a fun book, it's modeled after us.
Yeah.
Look, we look cute.
I mean, super duper cute.
That's Jason. He look cute. That's us. Come on now.
Yeah, that's us. That's us.
It's cute. We did it. All right, so listen, everyone. But there's more. My publisher, Zando, is giving viewers a chance to come see my show. For more details, head to the link listed on the screen below. And I hope to see you soon in this audience. And I just really hope that every single one of you enjoyed this book. We put a lot of heart and soul into it.
Guys, thank you.